Your heart is racing, your palms are sweaty, your chest feels tight. You haven't moved from your chair in 3 hours. Nothing in this room is trying to kill you, but your body doesn't know that. Somewhere behind your ribs, a switch just flipped. It's the same switch that once saved your ancestors from a lion crouched in tall grass. Tonight, it flipped because of an email. Tomorrow, it might flip because of a deadline, a red notification bubble, or a silence after you sent a text. Your brain cannot tell the difference. And that's the strange part. That's the part nobody explains to you. For most of human history, danger looked like teeth and claws. It looked like a rustle in the bushes that might be wind or might be something with fangs. Your ancestors who survived long enough to have children were the ones whose bodies reacted first and asked questions later. A slower heartbeat meant a slower escape. A calm brain meant a dead brain. So evolution built you a shortcut. Scientists call it the fight or flight response, but that name barely covers what's actually happening inside you. Deep in your brain sits a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. It's tiny. It's older than language, older than tools, older than fire. Its only job is threat detection, and it doesn't wait for your permission. The moment it senses danger, real or imagined, it sends a silent alarm to your hypothalamus, which fires up your adrenal glands. Cortisol and adrenaline flood your bloodstream. Your pupils dilate. Your blood moves away from your stomach and into your limbs. You were built in half a second to run or to fight. Here's the problem. Your amygdala hasn't updated its software in about 200,000 years. It still thinks every threat is physical. It still thinks every threat can be outrun. Dr. Robert Sapolsky, a neuroendocrinologist at Stanford University, spent decades studying this exact mismatch. He found that zebras get stressed for exactly as long as the lion is chasing them. Once they escape, their stress hormones drop back to baseline within minutes. Humans are different. Humans can trigger the same hormonal flood just by imagining a conversation that hasn't happened yet. You can be stressed about a meeting that's 3 days away while sitting safely on your couch. Your body reacts as if the lion is already in the room. Think about the last time you felt your stomach drop. Maybe it was a missed call from your boss. Maybe it was watching 3 dots appear and disappear in a text conversation. Maybe it was opening your banking app before checking the balance. None of these things can bite you. None of these things can chase you down a street. But your amygdala doesn't read context, it reads urgency. And in the modern world, urgency is manufactured constantly, deliberately and profitably. This is where it gets stranger. Every notification on your phone is engineered to mimic the exact uncertainty your brain evolved to fear most. Not certain danger, uncertain danger. A rustle that might be nothing or might be something. Researcher B.F. Skinner discovered this principle decades before smartphones existed. In the 1950s, he studied how animals respond to rewards that arrive unpredictably. He found that unpredictable rewards create far stronger, far more compulsive behavior than predictable ones. A pigeon that gets food every time it presses a lever will press it occasionally. A pigeon that gets food only sometimes, on no fixed schedule, will press that lever obsessively. This is called variable ratio reinforcement, and it's the same mechanism behind slot machines. It's also the same mechanism behind your phone. You don't know if the next scroll will bring something boring or something thrilling. So you keep scrolling. Your ancient alarm system, built to scan the grass for movement, is now scanning a feed for anything that might matter. Why does this feel so exhausting? Because your body wasn't designed to be on alert this often. In the ancestral environment, the stress response was rare and short. A predator would appear, your body would flood with hormones, you would run or fight, and then it would be over. The threat resolved, your system reset. Modern stress doesn't resolve. The deadline doesn't disappear when you close your laptop. The unread messages don't vanish because you stopped looking. Dr. Sapolsky calls this a mismatch between an ancient stress response and a modern world that never gives you the resolution your body is waiting for. Your alarm stays on quietly for days, for weeks, sometimes for years. This constant low hum of alertness has a name: chronic stress. And unlike the acute stress of outrunning a predator, chronic stress doesn't just pass through you, it accumulates. Elevated cortisol over long periods has been linked to weakened immune function, disrupted sleep, and impaired memory formation. Dr. Bruce McEwen, a neuroscientist at Rockefeller University, spent much of his career studying what he called allostatic load, the cumulative wear on your body caused by chronically activated stress systems. His research showed that a body built for short bursts of danger, when kept on alert for months at a time, begins to break down in ways evolution never anticipated. The very system meant to protect you starts to cost you. So why hasn't your brain adapted? Why, after thousands of years of relative safety compared to your ancestors, does it still treat a slow-loading web page like a predator in the grass? Because 200,000 years is nothing in evolutionary time. Genetic change is slow. Cultural change is fast. Your ancestors spent the vast majority of human history as hunter-gatherers, living in small bands, facing threats that were immediate and physical. Agriculture is only about 12,000 years old. Industrialization is barely 200 years old. The smartphone in your pocket is younger than most of the adults reading this. Your amygdala simply hasn't had time to catch up. It is, quite literally, a Stone Age alarm system wired into a body living in the information age. There's something else your ancestors had that you might not: resolution. When the danger passed, they knew it. The lion left, or it didn't. Either way, the uncertainty ended. Today, uncertainty rarely ends. The email might get a reply, or it might not. The interview might go well, or it might not. You live inside an endless string of unresolved threats, each one small, each one keeping your amygdala just active enough to never fully power down. This might explain something you've probably felt but never quite named. That background hum of unease, even when nothing is technically wrong. You're safe, you're fed, you're sitting somewhere warm, and yet some part of you feels like it's bracing for impact. There is a strange kind of comfort in understanding this. Your anxious response to a Monday morning inbox is not a personal failure. It's not weakness, and it's not something broken in you specifically. It's an ancient survival mechanism doing exactly what it was built to do, just aimed at the wrong target. You are not overreacting. You are reacting exactly the way a hunter-gatherer would react to sustained, ambiguous threat. The only difference is that the threat used to have teeth, and now it has a notification sound. Some researchers believe this mismatch is one of the defining tensions of modern life. Your environment changed almost overnight on an evolutionary timescale. Your biology didn't get the memo. You are, in a very real sense, walking around with hardware built for the savannah, running software written for the internet. Knowing this doesn't switch off the alarm. Your amygdala will still fire the next time your phone buzzes at 11 p.m. Your heart will still race before you open that email you've been avoiding. But there is a difference between feeling ambushed by your own body and understanding exactly why it's doing what it's doing. One version of you is confused and overwhelmed, wondering what's wrong. The other version of you recognizes the signal for what it actually is. Ancient wiring, doing its job, just a few 100,000 years behind schedule. The next time your chest tightens over something that can't actually hurt you, remember what's really happening. It's not the deadline, it's not the email, it's not the 3 dots on the screen. It's a small, ancient part of your brain, still scanning the grass, still waiting for a lion that stopped being the real danger a very long time ago. Your heart is racing again. Your palms are sweaty again. But now, maybe, you know exactly why.